Vikings. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Set, 60 yards.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Wide, get wide. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Spud. Yes.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Shoot.
Cook. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Yeah, this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Five.
From the gun, Lawrence. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. Well, the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 43.
They run, Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and
1. Ready. 6-6, pull it high.
I'm here all day. Check it out.
Go.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Get it.
Uses the stiff arm. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Joker, 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 Joker. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got jump on. Ready?
On second down, Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready. 8, read.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Dancing away at the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays? Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. Pilot, 64, weak.
He's not going to get me.
Hey, Wahoo.
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26.
Army. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Shift, watch the shift. Shift. Hat 61, matchbox lights.
Watch it. Tight dog.
Drop. Rock it. Snap.
Now a run with Cook. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Way to go.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Open man as Thielen is complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Tackle made back at the 44-yard line.
Down. 10 Lobo.
Nice, sweetheart. Kill.
Go. Get it.
To throw on second down, Lawrence. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play's going and being able to make a play on the football.
He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
First and 10.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Cook. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
30 base. Greystone, travel.
Kill. Rush in.
Bam. Lee Griffin.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Lucky. Out.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. Switch.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, lock it. Hey, Alpha. 2.
Here's 2nd and 8. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8.
Check Mike 57. Here we go. Slam.
Look, squeeze.
Flare.
Hey, Sam off. Slide.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
A 27-yard attempt.
Badgley's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives, exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch the pass.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Ready. 18 Gator.
Right, 54. Watch the run.
Chopper.
Crunch.
Go.
He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now back to throw. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Elliott.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Go.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's their quarterback on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Go out.
3.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
70.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Lawrence. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Hard.
Check.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
At the 46-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. No. Off. Jim. He's coming.
Leo.
He's coming, double up.
Fight.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Rock it. Snap.
From the gun, Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Go.
Check 49. SOS.
61, matchbox lights.
Check 9.
Go.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 37-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And a Cowboy first down.
Ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, exit.
29 is Mike 29.
Hey. Hey, Foxtrot. Ready.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
Let's go, baby.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go.
Smooth.
Watch that. Check, Mike 54.
General West.
Coming this way. Here we go. Watch twist.
Here's Elliott. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Come on,
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll set up to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. Here's Matt Wild now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Jet bomber.
Check 13. Check 13.
Check 50. Check 50. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Gone.
He's crossing. He's checking cross.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke.
Yeah, baby.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
6-6, pull it high.
Shit. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Kill.
Topper.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They run it again with Cook. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Switch. Check. Hey, check. Let's go.
They'll run for it. Cook. He's been tough for this defense to handle. Over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
3, 218, chop it. Hey, seam 6, get it.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Yep. Go. Protein spill. Ready.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Ready up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Switch. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
From the gun, Lawrence lets it fly for Thielen. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Down. 60 or.
At the 36-yard line.
Let's get this.
2nd and 11. Catch made here by Campbell. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. Paris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to put it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, Zoom.
25's the mic. We got 25's the mic. And we're putting it go.
On 4th down, Lawrence. Going deep for Diggs. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Elliott on 1st down, got to get this back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Check 24, check 24.
Ready?
Again, it's Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Mike 5-4.
Here we go, Parker.
Here we go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Check, check, check.
Five. Look at me, zipper.
54. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in until you look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 10th carry now for Elliott. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious. Because
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Set, ready, 8, read.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, high 7. 5.
The first down carry by Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On first down, it's Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Maher is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd and 2. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
At 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
At 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic.
Bandit. Bandit.
From the gun, Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Focus, defense. Focus.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 8-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what?